Just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone.
Welcome, everyone, to the Setting the Tone podcast. It's your man, Tone, for another episode of the Bear Down rendition of the show. Tone, this is Tone here, and I'm with my man, J Mac, and the boss man. Fellas, how you living on this Monday after the massacre?
Well, as before, I'm feeling a little gray. Actually, a little darker gray. It's not so light this time, but
Hey,
we here.
boss man, how you living, man?
Well, you saw mine. These cats they driving me to
They driving you to drinking.
I
Hey,
ain't never been
don't
lost
put
for
that on
words.
the Bears. You was gonna have a drink anyway.
Hey. True. No, you know what though?
You was gonna drink if they won or if they lost. You was gonna toast to them.
Yeah, but the feelings before you do it is different.
Right.
That's very
exactly.
true. That's very true.
You know, one
it's a lot.
you drinking to be married, the other one you drinking to drown sorrow. So it's
Facts.
Right.
Good point.
It's
Good point.
not the same.
It's a lot different when you drink it to toast to them.
Exactly. But
factual.
to answer your question, man, you never get used to losing, and you never want to. If you do, give up whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, it's nothing new. We know there was going to be challenges, but you still expect them to give a better effort than what we saw yesterday. So, in that aspect of it, man, I'm disappointed. I don't mind losing when the effort is there. You know what I mean? The coaching calls that were made in the previous games, you had somewhere to put that blame, but the effort I saw yesterday from the defense looked like they were unprepared, which could be due to the changeover in play calling and getting used to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much Eric Washington has done that in the past, so that could lend a hand to why they look so bad and out of place. The tight end was tearing our ass up, and they said it. They said it, that what's his name? Kittle was going to get us. And he had a field day. He feasted on us yesterday.
Yeah. George Kittle, tight end for the 49ers, actually grew up a Chicago Bears fan. He stated it a few times in his
he said that.
career.
Yeah.
But Bears took a 38-13 loss to the 49ers in the Bay Area. J-Mac, what was your feeling after that blowout of a game, man?
My actual feeling.
What did you not your feelings? Let's keep the feelings to the side for a second, because I already know you feel great.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I feel real lovely right now.
What did you think of the team following that loss? Should I say?
Wait, hold on. Why you drinking so early?
So yes, I have a plastic cup, but it ain't no alcohol in there. It's actually some lemon juice in here.
So us discussing our team got you drinking early too. Huh?
No sir. It's way too early for that.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Fuck, nah, it ain't never too early. But
too early.
My body don't work that way no more.
No, I sure don't.
Mine. You sure don't.
Yeah, catch
I feel you on that one.
Baby. Huh?
Yeah. I said, I feel you on that, but the body don't work like that no more. But my initial response after the game, it was as it has been throughout the whole season. I think I touched on this quite a bit in probably every pod. It's just piss poor effort. Just coming out with a lack of effort, just not prepared. I mean, we went through this the whole season with the team just seeming like they just coming out just not ready to play. That has plagued us this whole season, and I kind of figured with the coaching change and hopefully everybody exuberant in the locker room gonna come out and show some well, we got none of that. And they got what they wanted. They got the coach got fired, the head coach got fired, and they still came out stagnant. And that part you can't put on the head coach, especially when it's been like this the whole season. So
Hey, that's a good point. Like you got the coaching change that you wanted. The players were pretty much done with or tired of Matt Eberflus, and they got him up out of there. So they got Thomas Brown, the coach, and the week was going, you hear things coming through the media saying, the players are on point with Coach Thomas Brown, and they like how he's running things, and they feel his energy and his aura and all that type of
mhm,
stuff. And it didn't show on the field.
not at
The
all.
they played very soft. The team did. Oh
Yeah.
my God, they some fucking Care Bears for real. That's they was
And
soft
I've
as fuck.
always hated that saying, but it applies. It
Yeah, I
applies.
hated that saying, but it applies exactly, boss man. You know, the defense. Oh my God, every week it slips more and more and more for like 3, 4 weeks in a row now. They just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
slipping. And what was once people thought of a top end defense is looking middle of the pack right now.
Yeah, mid-grade like a mug.
Man, mid to the
I think
mud.
I,
And
I I hate to say this, and I don't know for some reason in this world we all tend to want to be right. I
Right.
think I said this before that this defense is going to take a step back, and it has it has took a huge step back, in my opinion.
yeah, and
Well,
a question. Go ahead with boss man.
um, just to piggyback off of that, the step back, we have to look at it for multiple views. One, it could be, you can't expect the team to put up those numbers every year. That's a given. But also, as much as people say the next man up, it's man, them injuries to Billings and both our core safeties. After a while, it takes a toll on you in your preparations for the game. The secondary players for a reason. The bench players are there for a reason. They're not as good as the ones in front of them. So losing Billings was a big blow because that's when I started seeing the run start being more effective against us. That's when I seen the little pass rush that we have diminished to almost nothing. So yeah, you're right. By
Yeah,
all means of the definition, you're right. But I don't buy next man up because there's a reason why these guys sit behind the starters.
mm, good point.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we can
Everybody has to
feel
be
the
prepared
effects
on the
of
team.
Billings. We can
Right.
feel the effects of Billings in the run game and in the pass pressure. We feel the effects of Jaquan Brisker, our safety.
Hmm.
I miss
Yeah.
that dude. Also, how much did Kyle Shanahan's experience and creativity play in the in the in that game as far as exposing Eric Washington's play calling? Was it was it had to be a lopsided battle the way the game played out? Like, dude, you just a rookie defensive coordinator compared to me, Kyle Shanahan.
Right.
You're not
Right.
experienced enough because you can't hold your own over here. I'm gonna make adjustments and you ain't gonna be able to adjust on the fly like me, and it showed.
My personal opinion is I think it really showed when it showed his play calling experience.
Yeah,
He don't. I mean, he's been in the position as a defense coordinator, but he hasn't actually called the defense,
Right. Right.
and that really showed yesterday. I mean, I guess even in Buffalo, he didn't call the defense too much. That was McDermott. So,
Hmm.
so
and even when he got here, Flus didn't allow him to call the defense. He did that.
Hmm.
So,
yeah,
I mean, it really showed that he don't have a lot of play calling experience in the deep with the defense.
I mean, yeah, and Kyle Shanahan's been there, done that as far as coaching against top defensive coordinators.
But
Battling
one
with
thing we know about Kyle Shanahan is he can put some points on the board. We know that without a doubt.
right.
And the reason why I like Kyle Shanahan, although he has the bad rap of blowing games, well, not bad rap. He earned it. Uh, he takes the time to find out what his guys do, the core guys, the position skills, and he make his plan around it. No matter what the quarterback does and how he played in college, he sees what he's doing now, make a plan, and he nail it. If those guys are good at running outside zone, he makes sure he run that 10 to 15 times a game just to make sure he getting his core guys, the position guys that can get the yak catches. He makes sure he get them the ball. And then you got this guy coming in. He's been promoted up. He's never done it before. He's trying to plan, but yet and still, you only can do what you know. You can write a bunch of shit on paper, but when that whistle blow and that action start, it's a different world. You ain't got time to keep looking down to see what your notes say. You got to keep up with the game, and especially if they go hurry up huddle.
Yeah, I think it was a balance of being outclassed by talent because George Kittle, we couldn't do nothing with him. We couldn't do nothing with Garindo. And I think it was another balance of being outclassed by just schemes. He just out schemed us.
Mm-hmm.
It was a balance of those two things. And we,
That's
Yeah,
that to
most,
me.
what you say?
No, I was just saying that to me that goes back to them scouting players that fits their scheme and their system. They know what type of scheme and system they got. And they go out and they find players that actually fits that, like Garindo. And that dude's a rookie. And he
Yeah,
just came in and fit it in like it was nothing.
he's the
It's
third
like they
string running back. And he
right,
came
and
in
it
and just, yeah,
yeah, gashed us.
gashed us.
yeah,
120 yard,
yeah.
128 yards from scrimmage, or
Mm-hmm.
22 yards from scrimmage.
Before he
And
got it, didn't he get hurt? Right? He didn't make the rest of the game. I think he went out. What's his name? What's his? I can't pronounce.
Garindo.
Yeah. Didn't he go? He
yeah,
went
that
out.
was at the end of the game,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah,
the
it was
game
pretty
was
much
at
over
hand.
at that point.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, as far as scrimmage yard, he could have did better if they, if he would have stayed healthy. You know what? I think that's one of the things that we don't look at a lot. Uh, when you lose a player and the other guy comes in that you haven't watched on film, that's dangerous, man. Especially if he's a good athlete. That's
If
dangerous.
he's talented, yeah,
It's dangerous
Garindo
because
got
you don't know what to do.
speed,
Right.
he got vision.
There you
Yeah,
go. You don't got
yeah,
tendencies. You don't have any tendencies on tape. You don't know
you don't.
do he have a fumbling problem? Is it better to hit him low? Is it better to hit him high? That takes skills, man. Linebackers, they take that personal when they looking at film and trying to see, does he jump cut? Is he a spinner? Is he a stiff armor? Like, you know what I'm saying? You pick up traits, and when you ain't got that, you at the mercy of playing basic defensive front, and then you got a tight end that loves the middle, and you playing single high safety because you're trying to support the run. That's a recipe for disaster because single high safety means they're gonna burn the middle of the field up right behind the linebackers. When they drop down and stop that dude, Kittle slid in right behind him all day and was getting at least what? What was his average per catch? I know it was double digits.
who
So
Kittle?
Kittle.
I don't know his average per catch, but I know he had 6 targets and 6 receptions for
So boy,
151 yards.
right, $150. So well, there you go. His average was off the charts. So
Yeah,
when you have single high safety, your man-to-man coverage got to be top notch because you're leaving them out there on the island
I was
because you got
listening
your
to um former Chicago Bear Lance Briggs,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about Tremaine Edmonds. He's like he's playing his position, but he's not playing the man. He's not cheating on the man, which he should have been doing.
Right, right.
Because Kittle was in his area, but he was just
Most of
playing
the
his
time,
position, and he wasn't
yeah,
playing Kittle. Like he was saying, Kittle is Brock Purdy's guy.
yeah,
Why aren't you cheating on him and paying attention to him? You stop playing just your position. You're playing your zone or whatever, but you're not playing the man that's a number one weapon for him. It doesn't make sense. And he's right because Kittle was just running across him, and he wasn't even worried about Kittle. It's like, damn, dude, lighten our ass up. What you doing?
Yeah,
But
the fact. I mean, since you bringing him up, I mean, the fact that you got green grass stains. You got grass stains on the back of your jersey. Something wrong. And I mean, that's our
I know
middle
what's wrong. You got
linebacker.
trucked.
Yeah, I mean that's our $17 million middle linebacker. I
I
mean,
know you
you
don't like
shouldn't
him,
have.
man. You got something. You want to get
I
actually
just
grind your axe.
I just think you at 17 million, you shouldn't be having green. You shouldn't have grass stains on the back of your jersey. That's all. And then
Is that
around the ass part of it, nah.
Put on it. That means you got to put on it.
Yeah, you got to put
put
on
on
your
your
ass.
ass.
Let's not take nothing away from the other guy playing on the other side of him. He make a few million too now. Kittle's
I
ain't
mean,
Yeah, but
he ain't
not.
the run of
George
the mill
Kittle is a
tight
Hall
end.
of Fame tight end, so we
That's
gonna,
all I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't feel the same
I mean,
about. I like Tremaine Edmonds, but I haven't made up my mind whether he's a Hall of Famer. I have made up my mind that Kittle's gonna be one day though.
facts.
So
yeah,
now
Kittles, yeah, but
I just want to lend a
not
little bit
now.
of let me lend a little bit of coaching on that, guys. When you call a defense, he has to do whatever the defense tells him to do. You can't drop back and run that way because you see a tight end come across your face. If you got the A, B, C, D, or whatever gap, that is your assignment. And we teach, do your job. The other person,
Okay.
But
whoever is supposed to be in that zone, got to do their
he
job.
already cheating that way anyways. He was already cheating.
But if he has to come up and press the run first, he has to do what he's supposed to do because then what's the coach's name? Kyle Shanahan is going to see that also. And when you
Right.
go to follow him, he's going to slip that running back right through the middle where you vacating, and there go another big run. You
All
have
right.
to have skilled guys on the field that can handle their job. And injuries, I'm sorry, they play a part of that.
But what about having like football instincts? Like you could see the play that the design that they have.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And as an experienced football player, you'd be like, more likely this is a pass than a run by certain schemes,
Right.
certain designs, right? And
Right.
when you see Kittle coming across, your instincts should take, some type of precedence at that point, right? Or no? You should just go ahead and hit your guy.
No, I'm glad. That's a perfect question, Tone. Perfect.
Mhm.
Yes, it does. But when that running back gashing your ass up the middle, that's your linebackers are taught their first step is to their gap or whatever their responsibility is. Your first step is always the run because the run is the first thing that you got to defend. Okay. Now, when they do that jump cut to the side and come back, that's their outside zone, which they was burning us with. The outside zone is typically ran between the tackle and the guard because that's where the gap is. If you playing a 4-man front, if you're playing a 3-man front, you want to run a little bit more inside. But you have to step forward first to make sure that running back, and the way they was gashing us, he had to do it.
Okay. So the way Kittle was gashing us, that's all I'm saying. The way he was eating us up,
man.
I don't know. I'd have been like, shit, let me
from
make
what
sure this dude throw his route off at least. Throw the timing off with him and Purdy.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what? I think they should have put I think they should have put a cover guy on him.
I mean, don't linebackers cover tight ends?
They do, but some like Kelsey,
they was in
Hutchins,
a
all
zone
them
a
guys,
lot.
they need cornerbacks or a nice safety.
We were in the zone a lot, and most of the time when most of the time when they brought pressure is when they dumped the pass off to Kittle.
Right.
And once you bring that pressure, you bringing in an extra guy that was in that zone. So one thing they got to do is what they was doing, just dumping it off the Kittle. Once you bring some pressure and shit, there you go, 6 catches for 151 yards.
We miss Jaquan Brisker. That's all I'm gonna say.
We do. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. Hey, backups are backups. That's what they are. And they may come in there and give you a series or two where you can say, yeah, that's what we got them for. But that's what you expect out of backup. 1 or 2 series is what you depend on them for.
I mean,
I feel
Jonathan
like that
Owens
was
is
part of their
serviceable. He's
game
a good.
plan.
Jonathan Owens is a good backup safety, but he's not Jaquan Brisker.
No.
Yeah.
I like him because he at least he laid that wood when he hit. and that's good when he support the run. I don't know
Who?
why
Who you talking about?
Owens. Owens
Okay.
love to throw big hits. I ain't say they was always precise, but
he made he made a business decision yesterday on one hit.
Oh, well, hey.
Well, who don't? Who don't?
Right.
They all
And hey,
do.
by the way, Tremaine,
I don't know, man.
looked like he should have made a decision too.
I ain't never seen Jaquan Brisker make a business decision. That's the difference. That's why we miss him.
But that's probably why, as bad as I hate to
He
say
out
it,
too.
he
That's
should
why he out
he should
too.
make a business decision because this is his third, and he's pretty much looked like he's going to be out for the rest of the season. This
Maybe.
is his third decision,
I just want you to play football fast.
That's all I'm saying. I can't
violent.
subscribe to making business decisions. You play football, you put the pads on, you know what it brings. Hit that motherfucker. I'm sorry.
I ain't feeling like, okay,
and
let me just pull up
I don't
on
want
this.
nobody to get hurt.
Yeah, I'm not for to pull up on the tackle. I don't know. That's just my mentality. I'm not going to pull up on the tackle.
Give it to me.
I'm going to give you everything I got on every down.
Yes. You going to try to run me over, but believe both of us going to feel this. It won't be just me taking it. I'm not.
I come from the school of Walter Payton.
So what would you prefer to? I hate to say this. Would you rather be laid out like Tua at the end of a play, or get up and make a business decision and walk off the field?
Well, as far as the quarterback, it's different. It's different as far as a quarterback.
Yeah,
that
but as far as like other positions on the field, I think you got to play fast. Quarterback, you got to make a business decision because your position is very too important, more important than most positions on the field, all the positions on the field. But I think as a defensive player, business decisions should not even be in your vocabulary.
No.
I mean, I just look at it. They can get concussions as well.
Of course they can.
And you're right. You're not wrong, but it comes with the territory, J Mac. You know it. You know what I mean?
Don't play defensive. Yeah.
It comes with territory. You're supposed to hit. That's what we get paid to do.
Since we saying it comes with the territory, that's the whole team then. Not just defensive players. We talking about the whole team. It comes with the territory.
So, yeah, it does. But you don't expect your quarterback to have to hit that much because, number one, he's offense. You know what I'm saying? But somebody who gets paid $55 million a year, you don't want them dipping their shoulder on no 200-pound running back. But you're paid to play defense, then that means you should be used to hitting. Now, I ain't say you come up and try to blast somebody like Henry, but at least try to take his legs out so slow him down so you can get help. It's 11 men on the field. And last time I checked, we teach all 11 to the ball. You play into the whistle blow. If you let a man like Henry straighten his shoulders up, you're going to get your ass kicked. So that's why you play fast, because you're trying to stop them from building momentum so they can't truck your ass and have green spots all on your ass like Edmonds did.
Hey, everything you said, I'm going along with that right there. It just felt like the Bears weren't competing hard. Basically, that's what I'm just, coming up with. I mean, we're not out of the playoffs, but we're out of the playoffs.
I was going to say, don't go there.
No, I'm not going there.
Talk about playoffs.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
Play hard, even if we not. My point is, don't play hard, even if we're not a playoff team. Still play hard. That's all I'm saying about that.
Spoiler alert! Goddamn, play spoiler. Give your boys something to fight for.
If you're a competitive person, compete. Just all compete. Stop being soft. So
that's the game of football.
It's powder puff football if they don't start with all this bull crap, man. Then they pick and choose who they want to call penalties on, man.
Right. And then let's talk about the offense a little bit. 7 sacks for Caleb Williams. That offensive line, man, is just garbage. Garbage.
Never in a million years I thought it would be that bad.
Huh?
Never in a million years I thought it would be that bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, we couldn't get any rushing yards. We couldn't get any pass blocking. It was just, come on. We didn't get over 100 yards in passing or in rushing.
Right.
But at the same time, when you have to look at the players you brought in. You brought in Swift. He's not a between the tackles running back, and you paid him all that fucking money. You you brought in the wrong players. Johnson, Rojo, he's not a between the tackles running back. He's not going to get you those tough yards. 1 or 2 yards
So
down
why
in the
not
red
design your
zone.
offense
That's
to
it.
fit the personnel? You brought in this personnel that runs on the outside. Why not design your offense to play to their strengths?
Okay, first of all, you didn't design the offense to play to their strength when you kept Simo. You want to run his offense and you want to run his run game and marry it to Waldron's offense. Waldron wasn't allowed to bring in his running game. He had to marry his offense with Simo's running game, and it didn't work. And you can see that throughout in the beginning of the season, and it's still not working because you don't have a between the tackles running back. You got the outside zone, and
I don't think that
that's all
answers my
Swift
question though.
knows.
So the line coach, you saying they designed the offense? It's his running game, right?
Right.
But he has these
Yeah,
running
it's
backs
his
that
running
run
game.
on the outside, right? Why don't he design the offense to fit his personnel? Is my, you know what I'm saying? You brought in these players, DeAndre Swift,
Right.
as your
I get
lead
what you're
back,
saying.
Why aren't you changing up your schemes, your offense to fit him? That just doesn't make.
Right.
That's just not good football to me. Fit your
It's
players.
not.
But
It don't make
isn't
sense.
his scheme inside zone?
But that doesn't mean that's the only thing he can do, or only thing he should do, or what he's supposed to be doing with DeAndre Swift. So you're trying to say he can't do anything else? He can't design anything on the outside?
I don't know. I think he should. He should be able to, but
You got some people.
you got the wrong coaching for the players you got.
If you're a good coach, you're supposed to fit your people, not what you want to do all the time.
You
Right.
should, but you
That's
can
all I'm
see
saying.
this offense is ass. I mean, just look at how many times Caleb dropped back, and as soon as he hit that last step, he is not ready to get rid of the ball. Nobody is open. Everybody's still running
It
their
is the
fucking
first. It is the
routes.
first year offense. It is the first year offense.
I mean, not just that. It's just the play
But you know when
design. It sucks.
The offensive line suck.
Listen,
It ain't
Yeah,
just let's keep it 100, man.
Listen,
the man does not get a chance.
He don't.
The offensive line suck.
Yeah, and you can throw the ball as fast as you want to, but if the guy come off the corner there in 1.5 seconds, shit, you
Braxton Jones getting bull rushed every other play. Come on now.
listen.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting there. I'm watching the game as we talking. And it's not just the line. It's unfortunately it's Caleb too. The routes they not getting open on some of them routes. As soon as Caleb drop back, then nobody's open.
I don't think that's on Caleb. If there's nobody open, that's on the receivers not getting separation, or it's on the play design.
Yeah, the play design is ass.
Then there's also a lot of plays where he don't even have a chance. It's like, damn, y'all gonna block or not?
And
I know you're offensive lineman, J-Mac. I know you offensive lineman. You got the bias. You're gonna make excuses for him. But when I watch the game, I see the line collapsing.
That's the biggest problem.
I don't deny that. I mean, if you pay attention to the game, you can actually see when they're gonna run the ball as opposed to when they're gonna pass the ball.
Yeah, and that's sad. That's sad because we shouldn't be able to do that.
You can tell the difference just in their stance when they're gonna run the ball and when they're gonna pass.
I mean, and is that really a problem if you're effective at what you do? If you can block effectively, you can see it. You can see I'm about to pass block, but can you stop me?
Right.
In our case, yes.
An added advantage.
In our case, yes.
it's an advantage of them not knowing what you're doing. But if you're good at what you do, you still can be effective. Everybody, let's not get it twisted. The game of football is cat and mouse, chess and checkers, whatever whatever you want to say. So yeah, it is about deceit. That's why there's motion. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why there's fake handoffs. So yes, it is about deceit. It does help. But if you're firm in your blocking schemes and these guys are getting after people, then no, it's not gonna make that much difference to where if I can't fool them, it ain't gonna work. But at the same time, that line has been a problem from day one. And unfortunately, one of the things about the line is they're not consistent. And unfortunately, again, one thing about it is that they haven't been healthy. So, I agree with the next man up. They do have to be prepared, but there's a reason why we have
They're
starters. And
they're
that
not
front
starters.
five, can we say that they have been consistently in that lineup for at least 5 games? Hell no. Have we seen a group of linemen for the Chicago Bears that's been in the same front five for at least 5 games this season?
Probably
Actually,
not.
this current line we has actually played more than 5 games
So
together.
this kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier, boss man.
What's that?
You're supposed to play your position, do your job.
That's it.
So Braxton Jones can't worry
That's
about Taylor
horrible.
Jenkins' job, and Taylor
No.
Jenkins can't worry about Coleman Shelton's job. Just do your job
Yes.
and win
It
your
has to
matchup.
be.
Win your
It
matchup.
has to be a consistent. It has to be. First of all, the state of mind has to be. We're going to get the job done. You got to get confidence in linemen. Linemen are bred to be big, nasty guys. And if they don't have that, you might as well go turn them into a bona fide tight end or a fullback. But if they do have that nastiness, now you set them and point them in the right direction. Now, that's all good. And you do need that in alignment. But if they don't know their freaking jobs and they can't stay healthy, what do you want them to do? They could be, look at Trent Williams, the baddest man on the planet. He ain't played the last 2 games, and they've been, besides us, they've been getting their ass towed off by, defenses rushing their quarterback. So, the lineman is very important. Don't nothing get done on both sides of the ball without the line. You're not going to throw an 80-yard pass if you can't take a 7-step drop. You're not going to sack the quarterback if you can't get pressure. You need the line on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. So the chemistry is being affected by injuries and just inconsistencies on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And my next question to y'all: is the line stunting the growth of Caleb Williams?
Without a doubt. He can't get through his progress.
Would
You
he
know what I'm
would he
saying?
look more consistent behind a better unit?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
Yeah,
mean,
he will.
because if the receiver's not getting open, he's gonna do what he's doing now, holding on to the ball, and he's gonna take sacks. So I mean,
how
it
often
goes
is the
hand in
receivers
hand.
not? I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry, but you're saying the receivers not getting open. Like that's the major problem with the Bears offense and Caleb Williams getting the ball out of his hand. Like that's what's really holding them back. I'll have to push
To an
back on that a
extent.
little bit. I don't think that's the biggest problem. Yes, it happens. They have moments in the game where the receivers aren't getting open, but I don't think that's a majority of the game. I mean, he has 300-yard passing game, so it can't be that the receiver is not getting open. He has games where he's thrown the ball 30 times, so it can't be that the receivers aren't getting open. It's got to be
sorry.
other factors in there as well.
I'm sorry, it's only one game when he threw 29 attempts when he got over 300 yards. The
Okay,
rest
but
of
I think you're missing the point. I think you're just nitpicking a little bit. But my point is he's throwing the ball a lot and he's getting a lot of yards. So it can't be that the receivers aren't getting open is a major issue. It's got to be some other factors in there.
well, I'm just saying, at some point when you can see when he's holding the ball and he's
I'm not
taking
saying
some
that's
of
not a
those
thing.
sacks.
I'm not saying that's not a thing.
Right.
I've seen him hold the ball sometimes, but that's not most of the time. I think most of the time it's the line is breaking down.
Is the line breaking down?
He's got to
The
scramble. He's got
receivers
to
not
move
getting
around.
open?
Things like that. Why he's holding the ball because of the line breaking
It's a
down. Things like
combination of all of it. It's a combination of all of it.
But
Yeah.
It's
I'm
not
saying
just the
that
line.
all of these things play a part, but what's the biggest Achilles
The
heel of the
biggest
team?
thing, the biggest thing is
Is
the
the
line, in my
that's
opinion.
the biggest Achilles heel is the line.
biggest thing is the line. You listen,
I think it's the play design.
listen, listen. It don't matter if and you could be you can very well be right, J Mac. And I'm not saying you're not, but it doesn't. You're not going to be able to get down to the root of things if he can't go through his progressions. You'll never know if he's holding the ball too long. You'll never know if he can throw a touch pass. You know what I mean? You never know if he can put it on a dime because he's always
Let me
improvising. He has to
let me
improvise too
ask
much.
let me ask both of you this.
Mhm.
How many times have you seen him actually stand in the pocket, patting the ball, looking around for somebody to throw the ball to? How many times have you guys actually seen that?
Not
I
a lot.
can't. I didn't write it down or nothing. No number.
Not a
I
lot.
don't
Not a lot.
have. But
Not
I've
a
seen
lot.
him do it. Yeah.
Each game he does it. Each game
Okay. And now,
he
how many
has a
times you
moment
see
like
when he
that.
snapped the ball and he like, oh shit, Braxton Jones just didn't hold that motherfucker 2 seconds, or
I
the
mean,
center Coleman Shelton didn't hold his man 2 seconds.
that's
Or
every game. Every game. I
yeah,
mean, every
it's more.
game.
It's more of that than the other.
But that's what I'm saying. Every game you have a moment like that where he snapped the ball and somebody in his face. You have every game you have a moment to where he's standing back there and he's got a ton of time back there. And so
A ton
every
of
game you
times.
see all these instances.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's
Like
all I'm
I
saying.
agree.
You
I was
can't
just saying
just
it's.
really pinpoint.
I agree with you too, J Mac. I just says I think what's stunning him most is the line. That happens more than him having a ton of time standing in the backfield waiting for a play to open up. I just think
And then consider this. Consider this. A lot of the things that you mentioned, it still ties back to the line. It
break
still
that
ties
down.
back to the line. If you look at it, it still ties back to the line. You know what I mean? If he's getting the ball and he's automatically ducking or trying to do one of those fantastic moves that he can use to create more time, that still has something to do with the line.
Right.
They're not going to get open every play. So that could be just one of the plays that you're seeing at that time. And also, maybe they're not. It is a new offense. And if you can't run it properly by having time back there, then it's never going to materialize. It's never going to, the continuity that I'm talking about, it's never going to happen because he never has time to go through his, I ain't going to say never, but he doesn't have enough
Right.
time to go through his progressions so he can see, here's my check one, here's my check two, here's my check down. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to do it enough for it to be consistent. So I'll say that there is some times where you can see where he's holding the ball. Is that because he's snake bitten from being sacked 5 times? All
What
that
week are
plays
we in
back to
now?
the line.
What week are we in now? You should know a little bit of something. You was handed this playbook
Mm-hmm.
the moment we figured we was going to draft you. You should
Mm-hmm.
have some kind of know some type of concept of what we're going to play, concept
Okay.
of what we're going to be running.
Right.
Right.
You've been in
Right.
game situations for shit. This is what, week 14?
14, I
Right.
believe, man.
You should
Yep.
have
Me too.
you should have a little bit of something. I
So
mean,
You don't think
my
he shows anything?
my pushback to that is
I'm not saying that he
he
don't
could know the
know.
offense like the back of his hand, but what about the offensive line? Are they doing their assignments? What about the receivers? Are they doing their assignments? What about the coaching? Are they calling the right plays at the right time during the game? All of those things play a factor. And I guess what I'm
True,
trying to say
very
is,
true, very true. That's why I keep saying it's the whole big picture. It's
but I
not
think
just the offensive line.
so
It's
when
not
you got
just
a when
Caleb.
you got a pie chart, you slice
That's
that
all I
pie
said.
chart into percentages. The biggest percentage of the fault or the problems with that
Is going to be the
offense,
Chicago Bears offensive line.
yeah, I
And you're
gotta
going to
say,
have the drops. You're going to have the wrong routes. You're going to have the errant throws. You're going to have the
yeah,
fumbles, the
all those
interceptions,
things
running
happen.
backs slipping in the backfield before they even get upfield. But it still hangs heavy on the line.
Is
When
he
you talk about
can
everything
he
that you
read
talk about,
defenses?
you
I
can
think he can
trace
read
it back to them.
defenses. He can read defenses because he calls it out in the press conferences all the time. Yeah, they were in this defense and that defense and this defense. I know he can read defense. So
Mhm.
it ain't that he's out there looking and he don't know what he's seeing. He see the shit. He just can't do nothing about it.
And then don't get me wrong, he make a lot of dumbass rookie mistakes. So yeah, that's a part of it. But when we're talking about the most dangerous part of the game for the Bears, it's the offensive line.
It's offensive line. So I want to go talk about Thomas Brown. Did this one game into his coaching career with the Bears, head coaching career with the Bears, did this take him off the list of coaching prospects moving forward after this blowout of a loss?
I say yes and no. Maybe for the Bears it does because we can't afford to go backwards right now as with the next head coach, but not as as far as the rest of the league. As long as he show out for the rest of these games, showing some improvement, I don't think he's out of the picture for a head coaching job in the league. But because of our predicament in the last two coaches we had, we can't afford to miss on this one. So
Right.
I think he was behind the eight ball from the get go, just because of what we didn't experience with first time coaches. So I never thought he had a good position to get that head coaching job for us anyway.
This poor showing didn't help his cause at all.
No, no, and now you know why I said I would rather for him to stay as the OC.
Right.
Because
I
then
just
all
don't
he's
think.
focusing on is the quarterback or is the
Right.
offense.
I just don't think if you bringing in a new coach to resurrect this franchise, you can make him or convince him to take your coaching anybody off your coaching staff that you already had that
Mhm.
failed. If I'm coming in as Brent
No. I'm
Johnson,
not saying
I don't want
I'm
none
not
of these
saying that.
guys.
I'm
I
just
would
saying
want, yeah,
right. I get what you're saying, and you're right. No, I'm just saying just for the specific point of having the job for our team. I don't think he was ever put in a position to where he would get it because he's kind of focused on the whole team. You know, you can see what that man can do from that OC. You know what I mean?
Hell,
Because we love defense and we love all that, but if we can't move the ball, ain't nobody trying to hire you as a coach.
hell,
So I just think it. Go ahead.
Waldron was saddled with Simo and Dre.
I
Waldron
don't
had
get
to
your
take on
point. You got to break that down, bro. Don't just pause and leave it at that.
no, because you saying I don't think a coach would take on somebody else's leftovers when Waldron had to take on Simo. He didn't
Well,
get to
he's
choose
not
his
the head
offensive
coach.
line coach.
He's a coordinator. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
he's
as
a
a head
coordinator, so
coach.
he got to.
There's a
Yeah, he
there's a
got.
level there's a level of
Yeah, but at the same time, how you going to have success when you bringing in a new coordinator, but he can't pick and choose who he needs for his system?
Right,
right. I
That's
understand
right.
what you're
that's the
That's a
only
saying.
good
thing
point.
I'm saying.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know that's
But
a great point.
That's all I'm saying.
but I don't understand how that's okay for the next head coach to have the same problem. That's not.
It's
We
no,
already see how that
Right,
worked, right?
right.
Yeah.
You can see how it worked, but I don't. Me personally, I think everybody just they start talking too soon about he's our next head coach. No, y'all need to pump the brakes. Let's
I
just
don't think
take it a
anybody
game at
said
a
he's our
time.
next head coach. I think people was
I,
like,
I
he can be our next head coach if he does well.
yeah,
I don't think
he's
anybody
the
said, oh,
next
he
head
is the
coach
guy.
in the
No, nobody's
building,
saying
and
that.
nah, they just pump the brakes. You're thinking too far ahead, anyways, on
I mean,
who's gonna
he
be the
already pumped
head
the brakes. He
coach.
said he ain't thinking about any of that. He taking it day by
Right.
day. So
yeah,
I
I
think
think
the fans
I think the
should.
Bears are doing the same thing. They not, and those are important parties right there. The Bears and Thomas
Yeah.
Brown. How they looking at it?
Right.
As fans and media, we can look at it however we want to because we are not
right,
in the building. We can project what we want at any point in time. We don't because we're not making any decisions.
right. That is
Mm-hmm.
true. You know,
We can project what we want. I can say we want. I can say we want to bring back Mike Dicker. That don't mean Poles and Warren gonna bring back Mike Dicker, but I could just
right,
project what I want because it doesn't have
right,
any bearing over the
right,
Chicago Bears.
right. Let me just lend you. This is my perspective on coaching. Right, the offense has to move. Okay, you can have a good defense, but the games that people want to see is scoring games. All right, you got to put points on the board. All right, it's 13, 12, and all that shit's not going to do it. You're not going to get it. Even as a head coach, the OC got to go. So Why would you bother this man? Let him give him the head coach name and name only, but he still should be focusing on offense. That's what's going to get him the job. If you can average 25 points to 30 points these next 4 games, they're gonna look. Offense had an off year. We still got the same players that was in 2023 that did good. In 2024, they fell off a little bit. So we all right as long as we keep that core together. But getting that offense up and jumping, that's the main thing. That's how he gonna get the job. Look at your boy over there and what's the Chargers, right? And this is what I have against these new age coaches because they think they can just if they blitzing, they don't run it towards the blitz. They spread it out so it'll be less people blitzing. All right, which is smart. But look at your boy over there with the Chargers. He know he not ready to be what he is in the future. So what did he do? He pound the fucking rock, and he almost knocked off Kansas City last night. They
You talking
pound
about
that
Jim
rock
Harbaugh?
into yeah.
What you mean he's
He
not
went
ready?
back.
What you mean?
He went back to old school football.
Oh yeah.
Where
Well,
he wants to be in the passing game, he honestly knows whether it was Herbert being hurt at one point, slowing down the progress, or they just wasn't there. Period. He knows the old school way. Pound that rock. It's going to open up the pass because the defense is out flowing towards the run. And he almost knocked off Kansas City last night. That was impressive last night by
yeah. Well,
Harbaugh and
a
the
couple
Chargers.
things about Harbaugh is he's an old school coach, so he's gonna run
That's
the
it.
ball first.
That's right.
Although Justin Herbert is an excellent quarterback, they don't have the weapons anymore on that team, so he's gonna lean on his running game a little heavier
Hmm.
than normal. So
Yeah.
he just playing to the strength of his personnel.
And he know that's what I'm saying. Know who you are. Don't try to force it. Know who you are as a team. And I don't care. You got some teams that come out there and say, listen, we're gonna make a concerted effort to run the ball this time. And they get up there and run it 4 or 5 times and they ain't getting nothing, then they start throwing the ball all over the place. You need somebody that's gonna stay true to the run. You
So
gotta at least make them think you're gonna run the ball.
yeah, I think Thomas Brown is in a position where they can't just have him as the OC. He's got it if in name only. The head coach, he can't be the head coach in name only. Somebody's got to run the team daily. Who else would you
Just
do?
telling
Who
you.
else would you give
Oh
that
yeah.
job to?
No,
You
you're
know,
right. You're right. No, I'm
he,
just saying it's hard to
You
do.
only
It's
had
hard to do.
you only had one other person with assistant head coaching experience, and that was Washington.
right.
And
And
right now, just looking at that defense, no.
facts, facts.
Right.
But
Um,
we can say the same thing as far as looking at the offense right now when Thomas took over as the HC. So I mean,
so what grade
now it's
would you
one.
give Thomas on his debut as the head coach?
Only thing I'm gonna say is it's incomplete because, and I mean,
I'm just
it's
talking about the one game.
yeah. I'm just gonna incomplete. I mean because again, well, yeah, a D. How about that? Because it's not his team per se. It's
It's
not his
not his
offense.
system. Yeah, it's not his
Right.
offense.
Right.
It's
The
it's not his
only thing
culture. He didn't create the
only
culture there. He's kind of
only
fix all of
thing
that.
that's his, only
Right.
thing that's his to me is the passing game. That's your shit. That's what we fucked up at. Passing game. That's your shit. So right now, that's what I'm gonna grade you on is that passing game. The passing game sucks. And
Now we can
Right.
go in
And you
circles
know
about
what?
that. I ain't even gonna go into that no more. We can go in circles about why the passing game suck. I just
Right.
think
yeah, we can,
that's a lot.
but
But you know
to
what?
me, that's where my fault lies at with him. He
Right.
designed the passing game, and we just gonna start there. But
You
as
know
far as
what,
his grade,
Jay?
I'm gonna give him a D. I'm gonna give him a
You
D.
know what, J Mac? I'm with you on that, bro. That incomplete because it just ain't enough right now to really give him a grade. But
All
if you
right.
grade him off that one
Thank you.
game,
That's all I'm asking was the one
yeah,
game. I
if
wasn't
you grade him off
asking
that
for
one
his.
game, if you give him a straight up grade, you got to say fail if you just want a grade because
Yeah,
we look terrible.
We didn't win.
But you can't.
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll put it like this. You remember back in the day where you got the grade and then the effort grade too?
Effort.
I'm gonna give him a
Hey,
fail. I'm gonna give him a
we
Participation
fail,
trophy.
but on the
no
effort, I'm gonna give
participation
him.
awards over here.
Hey,
Hey,
I don't know what to do, man, because for all the reasons that both you guys said, you can't lay it squarely on his lap, okay, or solely on his lap for all the reasons that you guys brought up. But at the same time, nobody gives a fuck. You're the head coach. So
Right.
when you put it like you put it, Tone, I got to feel him. Because
Yeah.
even if your thing is the passing game, it sucked. Yesterday, it was bad.
The thing is,
And
the
you
whole
have
thing
been
is
working
his
on that
thing
all
now.
season.
It's all his
Yeah.
thing now, whether he brought it there or not. It's
Right.
all his thing now because
Yeah.
he is the CEO of the team. So whether you somebody else's run scheme or run blocking or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he's in charge now. It's all his. This is his audition.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the culture might not be what he created. He's got to fix somebody else's
That's what he's
culture,
got.
but this is your audition. Now you have to manage it for the rest of the
Yeah.
season. Unfortunately, under these difficult
Right.
circumstances,
Right.
you have to manage it
Unfortunately, it's
to the
Mhm.
best
you
of your
gotta he
abilities. It may
dealt the
hinder you
crappy
from getting a
hand to
permanent
start with.
role, but it's
Yeah.
yours right now. And I'm wi- I'm hoping for him and I'm wishing for him. And before the game, I was behind him 100%. And after the game, I'm like, yeah, he gets an F.
Yeah.
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 He gets
Because
an
that's all
F.
He
you can
gets an
grade him
F.
on. You only can grade him on what he did
Yeah.
and how they
Right.
played. So
I
you got to
can't
give him an
sugarcoat
F.
it. I can't beat around the
Huh.
bush. I got to
Yeah.
be honest about it. Much as I
Yeah.
want him to succeed, it is what it is. The game was an F.
Yeah. That's it. When
You
you
know,
get down to the
Right.
brass tacks, it's just you
Because
fail.
as we all know, this is a results based business, and we
Right.
didn't win. We didn't win at all. We
Mm.
we didn't look good losing.
nah.
So we're gonna go
Right.
there. We didn't look good losing.
No.
So
There
no,
are no takeaways from this game. I guess other than the couple records he broke again and Rome getting his first 2 TD catch or game or whatever they was talking about. Other
Mhm.
than that, there wasn't too much stuff to look forward to.
no.
I mean, his 2 touchdowns was garbage time in my opinion. So
So, what are your short-term
Um,
expectations for the rest of this season with the remaining 4 games? 3
just put
against
out
Division and 1 against the
just
Seattle Seahawks, huh?
to me, just go out there with full effort. Take each game at a time, and go out there with full. Just go out there with some fucking effort, and
Yeah.
not half-ass, and not be sleepwalking through the game. Go out there and fucking play. Earn your paycheck. It's just that simple.
for me, it's about pride now. It's about pride now. Um, Unfortunately for him, what I think he should do is evaluate his team, and in order to do that, it's not going to look pretty on Sunday because now you're doing the checks and balances of who you want to keep around for next year. Who can we build around? Do we keep him? Is Roshan going to be the future? You know what I mean? So you got a couple rookie contracts coming up. So uh, unfortunately, what he needs to do is going to make it look bad in the eyes of the people who want him to be the head coach of the team because he's got to evaluate what he's
Yeah.
got.
I mean, but
And you know what?
for him to evaluate, he will have to know that he's coming back next year, right?
No, no, that's not true. He still has to evaluate regardless of whether he comes back next year. He's the head coach. He's got to evaluate the talent that he's working around for the next 4 games. He's got to evaluate the talent to make his plan, to put his offensive plan on paper and his defensive plan on paper, and now special teams as well. So,
Facts.
no, it doesn't take away from his need to evaluate the team. It's going to hinder him because not going to be able to, and I know I sound like a broken record, he's not able to concentrate solely on what's broken because he's responsible for all 3 phases now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't have a whole off season to build a team and design an offense and build a coaching staff. He had a week. So it is what it is. He knew what he was jumping into when he
Yeah,
decided to say, "Okay, I'll be the interim head coach."
yeah.
Um, what type of coach do the Bears need most? Do they need someone that's going to be focused on building a winning culture, or do they need someone that's going to be scheme specific?
Mhm.
They need to build a winning culture.
No matter what
I
scheme they
mean,
running, they need to win.
right.
Yes.
That's who
They
they need
need
to
to learn
focus
how
on.
to win. And that's the problem. They don't know how to win.
I
And that
agree.
was the problem with Flus. Where did he win at?
Yeah,
The
So,
only thing that he got
but
going
how
for
you
him
gonna
is he
bring
turned that defense around last year. That's what he had going for him.
Yeah, and that's it.
Look at the
But
defense
at the
this year
same time, even still in like game closing situations, you go after you get a huge lead, you start playing prevent defense in the beginning of the fourth fucking quarter.
You know what I
You're
said
not
about
gonna
prevent
win.
defense. You know my
You're not
feelings
gonna
on
win that
prevent
way.
defense. Yeah.
Should we be
Prevent defense.
apologizing
good.
to? Should we be apologizing to the Flus after that defensive play yesterday?
Hell no.
Hell no, nope.
Flus can get the
Obviously,
flukes
he's
out of
a-
here. Get the fluke out of here. That's what he can do.
He was definitely a loser.
I just think, you know what? I could have took a lot of that shit he said, but that not taking accountability. Every coach does that. Every coach said, it starts with me. It starts with me. You couldn't even do that. So I was done with him after that. I was done with him after last year, but this shit he did with this not taking accountability, throwing people up under the bus. I ain't with that shit.
You have to. I love Flus for this one. Got to execute.
That means, hey, he should have been.
You got to execute.
But the thing is, he's not lying, but he ain't pointing the finger back this way neither.
Yeah.
You got to execute.
They were saying that about your boy DJ Moore yesterday. He wasn't taking accountability about his play yesterday. He was just saying he don't know what we should do as a team or team, this and that. Be like, dude, what about you? You dropping passes. Well, he dropped one.
Come on now. He had 8 targets, 6 catches. Okay, one he hit him dead in the hands. He dropped.
That's a problem.
Okay, but come on now. How many other players?
You know why it's a problem?
Had hit him in the hands and they dropped.
You know why it's a problem? Because it put us behind the sticks, and I believe Caleb got sacked the next play on that. Because if he catches that play, we're not behind the sticks. It's actually a first down. Now we behind the sticks, and now we got to play a different. We got to make a different call now. It affects the trickle down effect of the game.
You can't nitpick one play though when that's one play.
If he was an average receiver, I'd be like, okay, I expect it. This dude is a great receiver. He usually shows great hands. Him and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen dropped one too.
Only one play, exactly.
Hey, these plays are
you
critical.
have to hold yourself.
They're critical. I'm not making no excuses for the Bears, man. These one plays here and one play there and one play here changes the complexion of your game, changes the complexion of that drive. It changes the complexion of what you're trying to do the next play. These are important plays. We need every play we can get. We are not that good to be making constant mistakes, dropping the ball in our hands. We're not that good to be doing that. We got to show more focus.
Hell no.
I'm
not nearly.
And I truly agree. But at the same time, defense. Where's the defense at as well?
We already called out the defense. They was trash. I'm just talking about the offense now.
Trash. But as we all, it's a team effort.
And we called out the defense. We called out that side of the ball, J Mac. We gotta call out the offensive side of the ball and their shortcomings as well. So we can't just point out the defense and say, oh, they got out coached or they played soft or they made business decisions. Offense dropping balls, hitting them in the hands. Come on now. The offensive line not holding their block. The quarterback not getting the ball out of his hand quick enough. We got to call it all out. It's all part of the team game.
Right. It's
so
all
I
right.
don't make excuses.
That's all I'm saying.
There's no excuses.
You hear it all the time.
The only thing I'm saying is you labeling one play in which we had multiple drops by players. We had multiple blocks missed by the linemen. We got linemen still not picking up stunts. We got linemen getting blown, being a turnstile still. So the only thing I'm saying is it's team effort. The whole
and
team.
We pointed out the team errors in the team effort, right? Are we pointing out all the errors?
Don't
so
look now.
His errors count too.
Don't look now, but over 50% of what you just said was the line now. I'm just saying.
Not really.
Listen to what you said.
Not really. But I'm pointing out everything.
I think we've been doing, J-Mac, I think we've been laying that out throughout the podcast, everything that's went wrong. We're not just saying it's on DJ Moore, but we got to give DJ Moore some shit too, because he fucked up too. Whether it was
But you know what?
whether it was one catch or 100 catches, he still fucked up. That one catch was important to that drive. It was important to that drive.
But you hear it all the time. You got to get the quarterback help. You got to help your quarterback out. You got to help your quarterback out. You got to come down with that. You hear them say it all the time. It's a part of the game. When you got a rookie quarterback and your team is faltering, you got to do your job. You got to do your job.
You got to help your rookie out.
Listen, yeah. And you're right, J Mac. That one play don't break the backbone of the team. But at that specific venture in the game, that was an important play because number one, our defense is tired over this season. That's number one. Number two, it helps the quarterback out with his confidence, and it keeps the drive moving. That's continuity. We can't get done because we can't sustain drives. We can't keep people off our quarterback. We can't catch the ball. We can't run between the tackles. You're right. It's everything. But the glaring problem, when that light comes on, the first thing you see is O-line. I'm sorry.
If you want to have expectations of your offense or have expectations of your quarterback, your receivers got to help him out. Like you said, they ain't getting open. All right, you open now. Catch the ball. That is your job. You get paid to catch the ball, and you're not a rookie. You're not a bum. You're a good receiver. Catch the ball. And that one play, like Boss Man said, it sustains the drive. It changes the complexion of the game because now it's a first down. And we started the game what? We punted 5 straight times in the game? That's just
and we got to get off that, man. I just don't understand that. I don't understand how you have a second half and you see it working all year long. Your second half is better than your first half. Let's do some of that second half shit in the first half. What the hell is waiting on?
Let's do some of that second half shit.
What the fuck? What did you call something? At least call one of the plays to see if it at least will work. Something. I don't know, man. I just don't understand how people who are, what would they call us, armchair quarterbacks, Monday morning quarterbacks, whatever, how the hell we can see all this. And y'all getting paid with binoculars and the screen where you can draw on the and all that shit. Y'all got all the tools. And how the hell y'all can't see this, man? And I know it's more than what we put in, it's more to it than what we're saying. But it ain't that much. We're not that far off. We're not that far off.
Hey.
We can do better than that. I just, it's a given that the team has given up on the season, which is why they look like they look on the body language. It's a given that they're tired of losing. They just want this season to be over and they want to go to next year. That's what it looked like to me. And I could be wrong, but it's what, 4 more games left? The only hype that they have is 3 of them against the division. And that's what they should be focused on. Winning out this division. I don't think they will.
Don't we have a
got one more
game in that lineup?
I'm not sure. You know what, though? I'm going to tell you what may happen because of our strength as far as the overall division. Whenever we play one of them teams, it may be for positioning in the playoffs. So they may be flexed out depending on, you know what I'm saying? When we play Detroit, Minnesota, and especially Green Bay with that loss, they may flex us out. So it may not be prime time right now, but they may be flexing to a prime spot. But I don't know.
We couldn't get 100 yards rushing or passing. It just hurts me, man.
That sucks, man. It's
so embarrassing,
man. We don't have a strength
at all. I mean, and this is a team that was depleted with injuries, playing backups in all types of different positions, and we couldn't take advantage of it, man. It's like
they missing a key person on every level.
It's like this was the game to get right, to get back on the winning side against a team that's hurting. And even though they were still favored, it was only by the time of the game started, they were favored like 3.5 or something like that. It would start off in the week as 5.5. So we just, I don't know, man. We had a moment where we could have taken advantage of it, and we didn't look good at all. Like, you got a new coach, and you're supposed to be rallying around him and trying to make, a great impression, your first great impression, and it looked like shit. Like you was still playing under Eberflus. What's the point?
Well, never mind. I'm bringing up old shit. But okay. I'm looking at this play in which y'all saying the ball hit DJ in the hands. Yeah, it hit him in the hands, but he was still short of the first down by 3 yards.
Was he?
Was it a third down play?
Yep, but he was still short of the first down.
So so it made it 4th and what, 10?
Yeah, because he got
So
sacked on the next play.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, it made it 3rd.
It made it 3rd and 10. It was 2nd and 10.
Yeah,
He
because
would
he
have
got sacked on the next play.
So
Okay,
it
so
put us
now-
behind the sticks, like I said.
Right.
The next play he
So
got
look at-
stacked. We didn't have to.
He didn't put him behind the sticks because he didn't catch it. It was just an incomplete pass.
So
But
we
how can you
behind,
put him
we
behind the
behind,
sticks?
we behind on the sticks. When I say that, I mean like now it's 3rd and 10 instead of you trying to get 3 to 4 yards each play. We didn't get any
Right.
yards on that play. That's what I mean by behind the sticks. Now it's 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 7, 3rd and 3. You know what I'm saying? That's a
It
big
changed the
difference
play
in
call.
play calling. You calling
Right.
something on
It
3rd and 3 or
changes-
3rd and 10 is different.
It changes the thought process of the next play call. And, you know, you can run the ball on 3rd and 10, but it's highly unlikely. If you catch that ball for 6 or 7 yards, you change the complexity of the play calling because I can still run the ball at 3rd and 3.
I can
I
run,
ain't
I
trying
can
to run the
pass, I
ball
can
at
do
3rd and
whatever. I
10
can
with
keep
my-
you off balance.
That's just one play though. When
Every play count. He not that good.
But even on the next play, he took a sack.
That's my
Yeah,
point.
but
He
you
didn't have to
think
take
about
a
it,
sack
though.
on the next
He
play if he would have got the 7 yards. If he got the
Get
7
rid of the
yards,
ball.
he didn't have to take a sack because we're not trying to play. We're not trying to
Get
play
rid
the
of the ball.
pass in that necessarily.
Get rid of the ball.
You don't see that? You don't see that we got options now. If it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 10, we got to pass the ball.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him. Get rid of the ball. That's all.
But what I'm saying, what we're saying is,
I get what y'all saying, but if he gets rid of the ball out there in the flat, he don't take a sack, even though it wouldn't have been. I mean, it would have been completed, but it wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have had to take a sack.
okay,
Understandable.
you're right.
Homer
That's
in the
right.
flat.
It's always the next play. But if it's 3rd and 3, it didn't have to even be a pass. It didn't have to be a sack.
That's what we
ran the
saying.
ball.
You got options now. You can keep the defense off balance. They're gonna be playing the run. Now you can pass, or they're gonna be playing the pass. Now you can run, or they're gonna be playing the run, and you can still run. You got more options at 3rd and 3 than 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, you got to pass the ball if you're trying to get some
And on
points.
3rd and 10, you could bleed their ears from pin back.
Yeah,
on 3rd and 10, they was coming. So on 3rd and 3, they have to guess. Right.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 10, they're coming. 3rd and 3, they have to actually think about it. So that's the point that I think Tone was trying to make.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That's the way I read it. That's the way I read it. But you're right. It is the next play up, and he should have made a better decision. He should have took the sack, but that thought process wouldn't even be necessary if DJ would have caught the ball prior to that.
Facts. DJ is a veteran player. Show your hands. Even the 2-point conversion, Cole Kmet should have caught that. Even it was a play. Keenan Allen hit him in the hand.
I'm just looking at that. Yeah, the very first pass to Keenan Allen hit him in the hands.
Hit him in the hands. These are plays that change the complexion of the drive and could change the complexion of the game. It depends on when it happens.
And let me tell you about the prima donna. Go ahead.
My thing is, if you're gonna, this is the very same drive. The first play, a pass to Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen dropped it. The next play, the pass to DJ Moore. DJ Moore dropped it.
Yeah.
And the next play is a sack. But my thing is, you blaming DJ Moore when that whole drive was ass.
Because we blaming Keenan Allen too. We just said he dropped the pass and hit him in the hand. We blaming Keenan Allen as well. If Keenan Allen catches that ball, it changes the next play. It changes the next play that don't have to go to DJ Moore now. You got more options again. Every play,
but that wasn't
we ain't in a position to be messing up. That's all I'm saying. We ain't in that. We're not that team. We're not.
But see, we wasn't necessarily talking about the drive. Your question was about DJ Moore acting like his shit don't stink when he dropping balls too. We weren't talking about the rest of the drive. We were talking about him not
taking accountability.
You said he wasn't taking accountability, right? So we were talking about his actions on that play as far as him taking accountability, not the drive. I thought we wouldn't. That's a different conversation if we're talking about the drive.
They both conversations that need to be had, I think. But yeah, he wasn't being accountable in the press conference, and he was fucking up. Keenan Allen, I don't think he said anything, but he missed.
Keenan Allen don't say a lot. He talked to his teammates. Keenan lead by examples. He's not a voice guy. You know what I mean? So But you know what? The fact that
But Keenan Allen spoke earlier in the season about the communication issues and things.
Yeah.
Right.
Keenan Allen is actually helping the team run the receivers in the practice. I was listening to the new OC, and he was saying Keenan Allen helps him out a lot because he's helping all the receivers on the team during practice and stuff like that. He's like Keenan Allen is actually a coach. You know,
he
he's
is.
helping
He's been
guys.
in the league long enough.
Yeah,
You think he's serious about wanting to come back, or is that just good PR?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's some
he's doing that in
sincerity there because
practice,
he likes. There's some sincerity there because he likes Caleb Williams, and that
if
was
he
his
said
first thing that came out of his mouth
right,
about
what
Caleb.
he said about practice, if he's doing that in practice, then I think it's sincere. Because ain't nobody, if you're trying to get out of Dodge, nobody gives a shit about that.
Facts.
I'm not the coach, I'm a player.
It's just a matter of are they gonna have the money for him, you know? And how much is he looking for?
I just don't think they're gonna keep him because of Rome. If they wouldn't have got Rome, they might have looked at it. But when you got DJ Moore and Rome, and then you got the kind of tight end room that we got, Keenan price tag is too much. Unless he's gonna take a big ass
You're
pay
probably
cut.
right about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, if we sign our free agents and that we need and we still got some money left over that fits, you know, his wallet, then I say bring him back. Because him and Caleb play well together, you know. And I think it's only gonna get better by next season. So
I should.
I just think that with the players we got on offense right now, we don't he's not a needed receiver. It'll be nice to have him. You can never have too many weapons.
We got needs ahead of him.
I just think with DJ Moore's experience, Roma being his second year, we can go get a project receiver. You still got, I don't know what they're going to do with
Scott.
I'm about to say we got Tyler Scott.
Right. So I think we don't really need no receivers. You need to get linemen. Your first, to me, the whole draft should be spent on linemen.
The whole draft.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, as long as we ain't drafting no punters, I'm cool.
No, it make that move look incredible.
As long as we ain't drafting no injured linemen, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's another rap we need to shake too, man.
Yeah.
If they out there, man.
And only pushback I got from that is at least he's given. I know everybody probably don't give two shits about this part, but he's given our hometown players
a chance to play for the franchise.
Right.
It only sounds good if it works.
That part. Right.
I don't care. Draft football players that are.
We want to win.
Yeah, that are draft the best players on the board. Period. Best players on the board. I don't care where you're from. You could be from Mars. You could be from Chicago. Draft the best player on the board instead of having these sentimental reasons to draft someone. That is just
it's a nice feel-good story, but if it don't pan out, then you look like a dumbass, like we looking now, with a 4th-round punter and another injured lineman.
If Karan Amagaji healthy
competent
and he's competent, I'm a cheer harder for him because he's from the Chi. But he ain't either of those. He ain't competent.
Not right now. We don't know what he was because he got hurt. So
he ain't had a chance yet. I mean, he's been injured. He went out there before his time. I mean, when Poe's drafted him, he had already warned us ahead of time that he is not ready to play.
Yeah, and that's the problem. We drafted him to play. That's what I'm saying.
We all knew he was a project, and you know, so.
But imagine him being a project and not injured. Now he can develop instead of recover, instead of rehab. He can actually develop.
The things that we need to learn from him, we can't because he's somewhere hurt. You can't evaluate him on the field if he hurt.
What I really want us to draft, I'm tired of drafting. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm tired of, but character guys ain't winning for us. Let's draft some dogs. We drafted guys. Oh, he has great character. That's cool. That's cool for team chemistry in the locker room. I understand that, but we need to draft some nasty players, some dogs in that locker room.
You do.
I think we've already tried the character shit. Let's go ahead and try. Let's get the best players, the dogs, nasty guys on the field. That's all I'm
And
saying.
the thought, well, you know, the trouble with that is that you lose the locker room because if they bring too much drama to the locker room, so you're gonna have to have a coach to match his energy.
Yeah.
That's why when you was asking about the type of
Wow.
coach that we want, you know, before I said firm but fair, and I'm gonna stand on that. I need somebody that's firm but fair. You know what I mean? That's why I always say what I say about Mark Trestman. He wasn't shit for a head coach, but I like the way he ran his practices. Ain't no do overs. You need to get your focus up past 100% and to make these route running or not route running these exercises and practice count. You know, make them care about it. And by making them go, you know, whether they drop it or catch it, it's the next man up. That makes them appreciate the reps more. So if you talking about bringing bad boys to the city, you better have a coach that can handle their mentality. Else it's gonna be the same old shit. You're gonna have the motherfucking inmates running the prison.
Hey, this is my draft order: O-line, D-line, O-line, running back, and then you can do whatever you want to do after that.
What about
First 3
D-line?
rounds. We got 2 in the second round, right? So first pick in the first round, O-line.
Right. Definitely the
First
best
pick in the
motherfucker on the
second
board.
round, defensive line. Third pick, O-line. 4th pick, running back. And then after that, get cute. I don't care. But draft the top end talent for your weakest positions on the field.
You know, right now we hold the 9th pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we hold the 9th pick. So
What's the strong position this year? Last year was quarterbacks and DNs. What's the strong position this year? Do we
I
know
would
yet?
say D-line is pretty strong this year.
I think D-line too. I
From what
wouldn't
I've
be
been
mad.
reading,
I
the
think this
defensive
whole
line is
fucking
very
draft should
strong.
be.
I don't know what the offensive line is looking like.
It ain't gonna be as strong as it was last year, but it'll be decent. I tell you
I'm
this
gonna tell
though.
you go out there and go out there and get that left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and go get a right guard in the center.
The beautiful
Or
thing
you
about
get a
us
left
is
guard and move
Definitely a center.
Tevin and move him back to right guard next to right. At least
well,
for
you
2
know what?
seasons, you can re-sign Tevin. You know, if he don't show you no improvement with his health and he's still getting injured a lot, then you just let him go. Cut your losses. But you at least need one of those dudes for next season.
And if you can't, and you could draft all of that, and you still got free agency, as long as they're not on the scrap heap side of the free agency.
Right.
Go ahead and get you an offensive lineman that's looking for a new scene, that's looking for a couple more dollars. And if he's good, man, bring him in because we need experience as well. We can't just have 2 new rookies on the O line and thinking we're gonna be fixed and like that instantly. It's possible, but I'd rather mix some veterans in there that's show what they worth.
Two things. One of the beautiful things that's about sucking so bad on the line, we can drive any position and be okay, as long as he's a good player. And then second, this next draft need to be for need only. I don't give a shit about the best man on the board unless there just ain't nobody out there to be taken. We
Unless
need to
it's
draft
Travis Hunter
for need only.
or that running back out there. I can't think of his name. I can't pronounce
From
his
Boise
name.
State.
Yeah.
We ain't
If
getting
it's
him.
hey, if he out
Is it
there,
Bentley or something like that?
if he out there, I I'd be tempted. I'm like, ooh, we
Well,
need a
but running back
right
is a
now.
need though. But running back
Huh?
is a need.
It
A
is, but
running
it's
back is
not.
a need, in my
It
opinion.
is definitely a need. I don't think it's more important than the
In
line
the
need,
line,
but
no.
I would be very tempted.
If he's
And
there
as
number
far
one, take him.
my opinion is, as far as lineman is concerned, good linemen don't hit the free agent, don't hit the market. I
They
mean,
do.
I
I've
They
seen
just
some
do.
teams pick up good linemen. I've seen the Chiefs pick
Larry
up good linemen.
Tunsil.
I've seen
Larry
the
Tunsil.
Ravens pick up good linemen in free agency. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens.
who
You
I can't think of their
got
names right off the top of my head, but go look at their
Tunsil.
roster.
Tunsil
Go look
got
at their
moved.
rosters and see he was not
Tunsil was
drafted by
traded.
them.
Tunsil was traded to Houston.
Was he?
Yeah, I
Why
think
they
he
trading
came.
good
But
linemen?
that's
Why
what
they
I'm saying.
trading
But
good linemen?
they moved. They still moved.
No, because he started out in Miami.
Why they
Okay, but
trading
Trent
good
Williams.
linemen though?
Okay, so what was
That
Trent
part I
Williams? Was
don't
he
know.
traded too? Was
I
Trent
think
Williams
Trent
traded too,
Williams
or
was
was that a
traded
free
too.
agent?
But it's been some free agent signings of good linemen. I've seen it every year. It's a matter of the team don't have the money to re-sign him, or he wants to go somewhere else.
Yeah, like Orlando Brown. I was wondering why teams stayed away from him.
Yeah,
But he moved to guard in Cincinnati, right?
but they got a great offensive line right now.
Ooh, Cincinnati?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't draft all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
I think showing my personal opinion is show up that offensive line. Defensive line, you go get in free agency. That offensive line, you just start young and build that line up and let them develop with Caleb. That's just my opinion. You start at the center and build and go out. You got right. Um, Jones might be serviceable for another year if they don't go get the top left tackle. But yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely got to in the center. Center
Braxton
position.
Jones is a backup. He might be a top end backup, but he's a backup. He's not a starting left tackle in the NFL.
No.
Your left
He
tackle
can't
got to
play
be
every down.
nastier than that.
Yeah,
He can't be.
that's why I
He
said
can't
one
play a
more
whole
season.
game.
That's why I said
Yeah.
one more season as a starter. But you need to upgrade that position.
Yeah. He took a swing at him, what, fifth round, fourth round, whatever? Fifth round?
Yeah, yeah.
But he ain't it. He ain't it. He's not a
No.
you need somebody better than that on the left side of the ball. Maybe if he was playing the right side, he might be a starter. But on the left side, no, he got to be better than that.
Yeah,
All right, fellas.
definitely got to be better.
We anything else y'all want to add to the podcast? We talked mostly about the problems with the teams and not really the problem, and a little bit about the game, but mostly the problems with the team. The game is just a byproduct or an afterthought to our angst with the team. We just mad at them because they just disgusting.
Yeah,
I love what Kevin said. Kevin Warren. He said that the Bear fans deserve better. We've been dealing with this too long. So hopefully he meant it and he'll stand on it and do something. Because after this year, I like Pose and some of the moves he made, but his ass ought to be on the hot seat too.
Yeah. I wrote a letter to the Bears on my Facebook page. I said, "Dear Chicago Bears, I really need y'all to step up and match my level of shit talking.
I saw that.
Week in and out, I represent hard, pumping y'all up and slandering the opposing team. And what do I get for it? Trash can juice. Show some motherfucking gratitude for my devotion to you."
Yeah, and you know what? As bad as that sounded, that was nice because you could have got a whole lot worse on there. You was
That was
really,
just me. I just felt some kind of way. Like, they
yeah.
disturbed me, man. They disturbed my peace. Just do better.
man. I think we all feel some kind of way. I mean, when you open up that just getting on, and I'm just watching this shit just while we doing a pod, and I'm just shaking my head, and every time they blitz, they dump the ball off to fucking Kittle, 20-some
Yeah.
yards.
That was one of my talking points earlier in the game. Like, why aren't we cheating off of him? Why are we playing? We know he
Yeah,
going. Yeah, we know he getting the ball.
man.
Just
I
Like
hit
the
didn't
him.
see
first,
no disguises. I didn't see no disguises of the play calling. There was everything, like J Mac said at the beginning of the pass. Everything was almost you could see it coming, and
Yeah,
that's sad. As big as Chicago is, okay, they should be doing better. That's why I say I believe the team should be forced to be sold because these guys just not doing it, man. They done it.
yeah,
hey, you
especially.
can't force me to sell my $1 billion team, man. But
I'm just saying.
I,
They did it to the owner of the Clippers.
well, that was
I'm
because
just
he had a scandal behind him. That wasn't
Shit.
just because he was a cheap owner or a bad owner. He was bad
They
owner
needed
because he had so much scandal behind him. They had the league say, "No, we can't have you in our league anymore. Yeah, we got to get you out of
right.
here." But
listen,
that's a different scenario.
listen.
Oh,
What they is doing is scandal. Not technically. Them some scandalous motherfuckers.
Yes,
It's
sir.
scandalous what they doing to us.
You goddamn right. So not legally.
Hey, I can't even
but
say nothing
goddamn it.
against that. You're absolutely correct, boss man. They scandalous.
It's
Not
scandalous what they
legally,
doing
but
to
damn
us.
it, run their ass out of town.
Run them out of town. That boy George McCaskey got on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's like the Bears are not for sale. Stop all that
Yeah.
Jeff
I
Bezos
saw
crap.
that.
Yeah, we not for sale.
Fuck it.
I wouldn't sell either. Fuck that. I'm making money hand over
because
fist.
it's a lot of money. It's a lot
Right.
of money. Lose or win, you get your
Yeah,
money.
but since he's taken over this, we have been as
Trash,
my God
canned juice.
trash. No, I say dumpster juice. It's the same thing, dumpster juice.
The little juice that be dripping out the corner, a little hole in the bottom of the dumpster.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
The collective
juice.
juices.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we
Oh, man.
got to put a better product on the field. Got to.
Without
Hey,
saying.
It starts from management, man. Kevin Warren got to hold Ryan Poles accountable, and Ryan Poles
So, of
got to
course.
hold his coaching staff accountable. Coaching staff got to
Everything.
hold the players accountable. The players got to
Yeah.
hold each other accountable.
And themselves.
Yeah, that's what
Somebody
themselves.
needs to keep somebody needs to keep McCaskey out the picture.
I think
And
that's what's happening right now with the move they made in midseason with firing of Eberflus. They like,
right.
nah, dude, what you've been doing throughout the history of the team is not working anymore. We making changes right now. And
I actually think the letters from the fans kind of help with that. I think that the emotional pushback that came from the fans kind of, like the letter which you wrote, Tone, it was a lot of those going into the team organization's mailbox. I think he was kind of forced through push from the team, the players,
and the media,
and the fans, and the goddamn social media was on their ass too.
Look, the media pushed Flus out of there. The players definitely pushed Flus out of there. They weren't responding to him. They were getting in press conferences like, nah, this shit ain't working. It's about time this shit happened. Yeah. And the fans, they know we disgruntled. We tired of this product.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, that's my time for today. I appreciate y'all sliding through and we chopping it up and having our conversation on our team and our debates and all that good stuff. Where you win? Mitch Trubisky?
Yeah. Garbage.
Okay.
Garbage. You wear garbage when they play garbage.
J-Mac, what's up, man?
You wear garbage when they play garbage.
Yeah. You can't do my boy. You can't do my boy like that.
Ooh, Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy.
Miss Trubisky.
Let's hit that like and subscribe out there for some extra bear content.
Word. I appreciate y'all checking us out.
Once again, it's been real.
J-Mac. Man, I appreciate y'all.
Sure.
And we'll catch y'all again, fellas.
Let's turn this gray into some navy blue.
For sure. All right. Until we meet again, fellas.
Up.
All right.
For sure.
Hey, turn that motherfucker powder blue. Just get it out of gray.